It's time. All right. Welcome back to Football is Money. I'm your host, They Call Me Boss. And every year around this time, the same questions come up, regarding the playoffs, the NFL playoffs. Everybody want to know who actually gets in. Why does seeding matter so much? And why does one team get a bye while another team have to travel? We hear terms like wild card teams, tiebreaker, home field advantage, number one seed, number two, whatever. But most people never stop to look at how the system actually works. So today, we keeping it simple. This episode is about how the NFL playoffs work right now. It's about how teams qualify, how seeding is decided, how ties are broken, and why the structure matters once the games start. No debates, no opinions, just the framework. You know what I'm saying? So stick with us. Let's start the show.
Motion left to right. There's nothing there. Now he tries to run. Breaks a tackle. Dives for the end zone. Fumbled the football. Left sideline. Midfield. 40, 30, 20, 10. Touchdown.
Yeah, there we go. Wait, take.
Throws back of the end zone. There's C.D. Lamb.
Unbelievable.
We're back. You're listening to Football is Money on footballismoney.com. Here's your host, They Call Me Boss. They Call Me Boss. They Call Me Boss.
All right, so let's start with how the NFL postseason is built today. Number one, we're going to start with the playoff structure, how teams get in. Okay, so the NFL playoffs consist of 14 teams total. You got 7 teams from each conference. That part matters a lot. So from each conference, you have 4 division winners and you got 3 wild card teams. Okay, so the division winners are guaranteed playoff spots 1 through 4. Wild cards earn their way into the playoffs by their record. But here's the key thing people misunderstand. Not all playoff teams are treated equally. Seeding creates hierarchy. So, follow me now. The number one seed in each conference is the best regular season team by record. So, they earn the only bye week, automatic advances to the divisional round while everybody else plays, right? So, that bye isn't rest or comfort, it's protection. It reduces injury exposure, it limits variance, and it gives the top seed a structural advantage, right? So for everybody else, you got to go through the wild card round, divisional round, the conference championship, and then the Super Bowl, right? Every round is single elimination. There's no series, there's no best out of 3 or nothing like that, no margin for error, and there's no second chances. It's simple. Win and advance or lose and go home. That's the backbone of the system. So the playoffs, they reward dominance at the top and survival everywhere else. Now, let's go and talk about seeding and home field advantage. Okay, so seeding determines everything once you're in, right? Division winners are seeded 1 through 4 in each conference. Wild cards are seeded 5 through 7 in each conference. And the record matters, but structure matters more. A wild card team with a better record then a division winner still have to go on the road. It's crazy, right? And you ask why? Why? That's what we all want to know, right? Well, it's because division winners, it's about regional dominance. Seeding reinforces hierarchy, not just the math, right? Home field advantage is earned, not assigned. Higher seeds host games in every round except the Super Bowl. And that matters more than people admit. You got crowd noise on your side, travel fatigue, weather conditions, routine and comfort. Everything plays a role. All of that stacks up, right? And that's why the number one seed is the most valuable position in the playoffs. Not because it guarantees anything, but because it reduces exposure. The playoffs don't make things fair, they make them earned. Okay? Now, let's move on to tiebreakers and why records isn't enough. Because you need a little bit more. So, when teams finish with the same record, the NFL don't argue, they apply the tiebreakers. And these aren't opinions, they're procedures. At a high level, tiebreakers prioritize. Number 1, head-to-head results. Number 2, division record. Number 3, conference record. Number 4, common opponents. Number 5, strength of victory. And 6, the strength of schedule. And you say, why this order? Why this order? Because the NFL values direct competition first. If you played each other, that matters most. If you didn't, then the performance against shared environments matter. You understand what I'm saying? Division and conference records matters because you play similar opponents, you face similar conditions, you operate within the same ecosystem, so to speak. So strength of victory and schedule comes last because they introduce variables. Tiebreakers exist to remove debates. They're not about style points, they're about resolution. Point blank, period. The league doesn't want discussions in January. They want decisions. Okay? All right, so now let's close it and bring it back all home. So now you understand how the NFL playoffs work today. Who gets in, who gets rewarded, and who gets exposed. Seeding creates hierarchy. Buys create advantage. Tiebreakers eliminate debate. So everything about the system is designed to produce clarity. And once you understand the structure, a different question starts to matter. Not how the playoffs work, but why they were built this way at all. Why elimination? Why single games? Why does everything come down to one afternoon? That question is where the story really begins. And that's what we'll talk about on the next video. Until then, I'm your host, TheyKallMeBoss. This is Football is Money, and check out the next video.